Hey, welcome to worshiptutorials.com. My name is Brian. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to play the song In God We Trust from the Hillsong Open Heaven, River Wild album. Interestingly enough, on this album, it's one of the only upbeat songs. Hillsong has kind of done that with their live albums, which for a guy like me, I like the slow kind of power ballad type worship songs, which is cool, but a lot of people really want more upbeat songs. So this one would work well as like an opener for you, or maybe if you do a really high energy opener, you could kind of do this as a mid-tempo song next. But on the album and in this video, it's going to be in the key of D. If you go to worshiptutorials.com, you can see me playing this song on acoustic guitar, and the chords are going to follow me. It's also in the key of D there. It can be, this song has quite a big range in it. The verses are low, the choruses are high. So if D is a little high for you, you can play it in the key of C. And we have chord charts for you available as well at Worship Tutorials. And you get them in all different keys that would be suitable for male, sort of low and high, and female keys as well. All right, so let's get started. This song is at 80.5 BPM. I did say it was an upbeat song, but the BPM isn't that high, which is why it's kind of, you could use it as almost a mid-tempo type of song as well. But it does feel bigger than a lot of songs at 80 BPM. But the chords we're going to use are G, D, A, B minor, which in some places in the song I play it like this. Most of the time I'm playing it like this. Some places I play the bar chord version. I feel like it sounds better in the bridge, but that's up to you. And let's see, F sharp minor. And on this song I play the bar chord version of F sharp minor. It's in the bridge as well. You can also play it like this. So for the strumming pattern in this song, it's not too difficult of a strumming pattern. Actually, it's a little bit basic, but if you really want to follow what they do, you're going to want to emphasize certain beats to kind of match the rhythm of this song. But the basic pattern goes like this. Okay, so down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm going to slow it down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you probably saw and heard me throw in a few up strums. Like if I'm just gonna start playing the song, I would kind of go like this. So feel free to do that. One thing I always like to teach, and if you go to any of our rhythm and strumming lessons on Worship Tutorials, I like to have my hand going in this motion. So for example, I don't like to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If you watch me play some of these songs, you'll notice that my hand is kind of always. So even if I'm not strumming, I'm kind of doing this with my hand. One, it keeps you in better time, and two, it allows you to kind of embellish these strumming patterns a little bit. So if that's kind of a new concept for you, it's something you can practice a little bit. So I told you to emphasize in certain places, and you might have heard that, and it would kind of sound like this. 2. So if you count it, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's on the 1, it's on the and of the 2, and on the 4. Those are kind of the places you're going to want to emphasize when you strum in this song. Okay, so let's talk about chord progressions. In the intro of the song, it goes like this: G to D to A. These are all whole notes, and then B minor to A. And those are half note changes, so when I hit those, I usually do this. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And that's pretty much it. Now the verse, actually that is the chorus progression. The verse progression is pretty close to it. It's slightly different, and it goes like this. Overwhelmed, but I won't break. Through the battle is D. I will say, your grace, A, will be enough. Your grace, B minor, will be enough. And it stays on the B minor. That's the slight difference. Then for the second half of the verse, it goes back to G. Under fire, but we won't fall. We will D, never be alone. You'll always A, be enough. And you'll always B minor to A, be enough. Now in God. One note about when you play this song through, when you hit the verse, you're not going to want to strum all the strings. You might want to keep the same pattern, but lighten it up a little bit and try and stay on just these 3 bass strings, the E, A, and the D. That'll kind of help it feel like it's backing off in intensity. And I'll show you what I mean now when I'll play the intro and the verse for you. It goes like this. G to D. A to B minor to A. Here's the verse. Well, but I won't break. Through the battle I will say, your grace will be enough. Your grace will be enough. Under fire, but we won't fall. We will never be alone. You'll always be enough. You'll always be enough. Now in God we trust. And then we jump up higher when we sing. It's a little harder to sing there, especially to go from low to high, but this is the chorus. In God G we trust. In His D name we hope. I know A. God will not be B minor shaken to A. God is G here with us. He's all D, ready one. I know A. God will not be B minor to A, shaken. And then the turnaround is just like the intro, which is just like the chorus, which is just like the second half of the first verse. So this song really kind of has just one chord progression through all the chorus and verses. And it's just in the first half of the verse, you don't play the A that comes right after the B minor. It's really the only difference in this progression throughout most of this song till we hit the bridge. Let me play the, one note too, the first chorus is a drop. So you just strum it and let it ring. God we trust, in His name we hope. Just like let it ring out, because everything kind of drops out. So let's do the under fire, but we won't fall. Last half of verse 1 into the chorus and then the turnaround. So it goes like this. Under fire, but we won't fall. We will never be alone. You'll always be enough. You'll always be enough. Now in God we trust. In His name we hope. I know. And God will not be shaken. God is here with us. He's already won. I know. And God will not be shaken. Turn around to D, to A, to B minor, back to A. We'll follow where you go. And then you're in verse 2. After verse 2, you do another chorus, but this time it's big, so you would use that full strumming pattern. And then you do another turnaround section, just like we did. This song is very simple in its structure and its arrangement. And then you go to the bridge, and so the bridge goes like this, and it repeats twice. So D, you'll finish what you've begun, F sharp minor, forever strong in your love, B minor. Your name A is sure, back to D, and you will fight for us, F sharp minor, our hope forever secure, B minor, in A, you alone, and then you repeat it. Now on the album, a female vocalist sings the first half of it, and if you're just leading it as a male vocalist, it's actually just kind of like your lower register. So you'll finish what you've begun, forever strong in your love. It's kind of right there in the range. And then the male vocalist joins the female vocal on the second time through, and it's up an octave. So the second time through, if you want to kind of build the energy, you can do this. You'll finish what you've begun. You can see it's a little high. So again, you can just sing it down a step in C, or you can keep that lower register going. For the sake of this video, I'm going to sing it low and high for you so you can see where those melodies fall. So we're coming out of that turnaround B minor to A. Here's the bridge. You'll finish what you've begun, forever strong in your love. B minor. Your name is sure, and there's a drop here as well. You will fight for us, our hope forever secure. In you alone. Pick it up. You finish what you've begun, forever strong in your love. Your name is sure, and you will fight for us, our hope forever secure. In you alone, now in God we trust, in His name we hope. So you just play the chorus at the end, and then the outro is actually just two versions of the intro. And that's how it ends, and then you end on a G. So you're playing the outro, G, to D, to A, to B minor, back to A, and to G. And that's it. So, I think this is a really cool song, and it's really easy to play on guitar. It can be, I've actually found it harder than I thought it would be. I just had to practice it a few times to play the verse and strum and kind of get it to feel right. So you might need to work on that just a little bit if you're sort of a beginner guitarist, or if you're leading this one by yourself, just practice it a bit so that you're sure with it. I found that the melody in the verse, while it's pleasing to hear, is a little harder to sing than a lot of melodies. The way it drops and lifts in different places than your brain might want to tell you that it does. That was my experience with it. And then again, the sort of the jumps in range in this song, especially in the chorus, or I'm sorry, in the bridge. The chorus I didn't find that difficult to sing. It actually felt really strong and really good for my voice personally. So if your voice is kind of the same range as my voice, the chorus will probably feel good. The bridge was not the easiest thing in the world for me to sing, especially when you're going low to high. And you probably kind of heard me struggle with it here in this tutorial as well. But I like to leave it in there raw, just so you kind of see, how it really, sometimes these things are not the easiest thing in the world to pull off. And I try and just, whatever the first take sounds like, that's what you get. So it kind of, I feel it kind of demonstrates a little bit how difficult some of these songs can be to sing. But those vocal range jumps do add an element of energy, and I think that's important. A lot of people, I've seen around and heard people say that those vocal range jumps the octave jumps can be frustrating for vocalists, or that congregations really struggle to sing them, which is true, but they do add an element of energy to a song.